Ladies and gentlemen, this is a story that came out on Fox 4, January 7th, 2019, and then it was updated on January 8th, 2019. First court proceedings set for Tuesday in Amber Guyger's murder case. Now, Amber Guyger will not be making a court appearance, ladies and gentlemen. Her attorneys will be making this appearance. Okay, she has a legal team. In fact, they said she probably got the best defense attorneys in Dallas on her team, which is no shock. You know, it's amazing how she has been able to stay in the shadows all of this time without anybody knowing her whereabouts. She might not even be in Texas at this point, but they are definitely shielding and protecting her in ways that no one else gets in this country. This is privilege at its finest. And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to also keep in mind, she made bond twice. Now, I don't know why so many articles continue to say she was arrested. Amber Guyger was never arrested initially. She went into another county 30 miles outside of Dallas and turned herself in. She was charged with manslaughter, and then she made bond and got out. When the charge changed from manslaughter to murder, she was taken into custody again, and she made bond. Now, how many people in this country you know murder someone and make bond twice? But there's folks that want us to believe these privileges don't exist when we blatantly see them with our own two eyes. Where's Amber Guyger? Why are you going above and beyond to protect this person? Nobody else that commits a crime in America gets this kind of protection. No. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a fine example of how we do not get treated the same in the system. All right, I'm going to play the video for you before I get into the article.
Hi, good evening. Amber Guyger won't be in court tomorrow, but her attorneys will. I'm Steve Guyger.
And I'm Heather Hayes. This is the first time there will be any matters taken up before the judge since Guyger was indicted for the murder of Botham Jean. The fired Dallas police officer has a high-powered legal team defending her. It was early September when she entered the wrong apartment by mistake and shot Botham Jean, thinking he was an intruder. One of the big concerns for the defense is how much publicity this case has received. Fox 4's Sean Rabb is in now with a look at what is anticipated to happen tomorrow. Sean?
So, Heather, it may only be a formality before Judge Tammy Kemp tomorrow of scheduling legal actions a few weeks down the court calendar. It's called filing a pass slip. But nothing about this case is just a formality, and nothing about it will likely get a pass from the media and courthouse observers. The last public image of Amber Guyger, her bookend photo by Mesquite police after being indicted for murder. Botham Jean killed by Guyger in September when she mistook his Southside Flats apartment for hers, thinking he was an intruder. Tuesday, the first step down the legal road of proceedings that will end with her facing trial.
The attorney would go down, fill out what is called a pass slip, do a letter of representation, then they would meet with the prosecutor.
Jason Hermes, chief prosecutor for the Public Integrity Unit, is the lead prosecutor. Attorney George Milner, not involved in representing Guyger, says this is the normal process in any murder case, except
in a case like this, there probably would be no plea offer, plea negotiation. It's just too big a case, too premature for that.
Big in that it's garnered international attention. Botham Jean, a St. Lucia native. Big in how it happened. An off-duty Dallas officer thinking she was at her home. Too premature for what Milner feels will eventually take place, a request for change of venue.
You've got people either believe she should never have been charged or they believe she's already guilty, and there's no in between. And I mean, even if you're just loosely paying attention to the news, you know about this case.
Cedar Hill attorney Mike Mola has now been added to Guyger's defense.
He's an appellate expert. He's, in my judgment, the best appellate. lawyer in this part of the state.
Robert Rogers, longtime police attorney, former prosecutor Toby Shook, and now appellate specialist Mola make up Guyger's defense.
It's a perfect team. I mean, that's a very good team.
And Milner expects a flood of media to report on the team's every action till trial.
I suspect there'll be media from all over, not just local and regional. I think there'll be media from everywhere.
And the defense will also now be able to get discovery, that is, obtain copies of what the state has as it relates to this case. But likely to be several more pass slips filed, basic steps in the case, before we see any important motions before the court. Heather?
Okay, so what they're doing is they're setting the preliminary stage for the actual trial, which will take place in the future. So all of these legalities, they have to be done in the beginning. So I'm sure the attorneys will be making more court scheduled sessions about this case prior to anything starting, but it will lead up to the actual trial. All right. So yes, I do believe her attorneys will push for a change of venue in this case. But I don't believe the venue should be changed because the murder happened in Dallas. It did not happen in another location or another county. And so let's just get a little bit into the article. So we know that Botham Jean was killed, and Amber Guyger is making the claim that she went into the wrong apartment and she mistook him as an intruder, which I still don't understand how that can be possible. Because get this, ladies and gentlemen, Amber Guyger had a dog in her apartment. When you walked into that apartment and didn't even see your dog, didn't you think that was odd? They said she had a small dog. So you would have walked in the door, because you know how dogs are when you come home and they haven't seen you all day or seen you in a long time. They come rushing up to the door in excitement. You mean to tell me when that door opened and you didn't see your dog, you didn't realize that you were in the wrong place? There was too many indicators that showed her she was not in the right place. And after talking to Ronnie, she said that entire floor is marked, that you're on the 4th floor. So if the parking lot is marked that you're on the 4th floor, and then when you walk through into the building from the parking lot and it's all marked, how could you have possibly made that mistake? You couldn't. You could not have made that mistake, y'all. There's too many indicators that were right there that said she was on the wrong floor. And they know the alibi is weak with her mistaking the apartments. This is why they tried to go to the marijuana. And they also tried to go to her being overworked. Both of those things do not excuse what Amber Guyger did. So as this case moves on, ladies and gentlemen, use your own thinking and your own logic. If this doesn't look right to you, then it's not right. Trust your instincts. Many of us feel that way. And as far as what this attorney said about many people believe she shouldn't be charged, those are people that in any shooting of Black men, women, and children, the shooter shouldn't be charged, especially if the shooter looks just like them. They think that in any case. So that point is irrelevant, in my opinion. Botham Jean was killed for nothing. They have no explanation for it. And they've kept Amber Guyger in hiding all this time. Nobody has even spotted her. That says a lot. This person have received more above what any protection another person that commits a murder gets in this country. And all I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, I will be following this case to a T. I will be giving updates on it as long as it's going on. And I just hope many other YouTubers will join and keep this thing going, because it deserves that kind of life to this case. We've seen these unjustified murders all throughout history. But ladies and gentlemen, please tell me what you think about all of this. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.